Say, man, it's time to build a brand a little bit bigger. So y'all been waiting a whole month. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I'm sort of like Lil J from Rap A Lot. I'm always looking for another way to do things. So I said, what about having a conversation with a beautiful woman just talking about real life stuff? And I ran across Paradise the Model. You can take your seat, young lady. And we decided we would have these conversations on Mondays and Wednesday nights and call it Love in the Zone. There ain't no telling what we're going to talk about. The only thing I can tell you is you might need to get a seatbelt. Because you already know how I go hard in the paint. But I got somebody that can go just as hard in the paint as I do. I don't know if you're ready, but we finna find out. It's Love in the Zone. Say, man, I want to welcome you guys to the very first episode of Love in the Zone. Now, I know the first thing that comes to your mind, oh, 5-star, you got some love in you? Man, I ain't nothing but a big old cushiony teddy bear to begin with. But you got to get inside of this box that I'm in to even figure it out. But some days I like to have thought-provoking conversations with people. I have them with men. I have them with women. And I went to the NFAC March in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I ran across this lady here. We talked for the longest and just looked like we had some of the same ideologies on some things. So, of course, I want to build a brand. I'm not, at the end of the day, I need people around me that ain't chasing a stimulus, they chasing a bag. So I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If that's the conversation we finna have in 2020, we can have it all day. So we decided we would put us a show together, and we're a week late. And that's my fault because I got sick. So, I'm feeling a little bit better. And I want to introduce y'all to my friend, Paradise the Model. What's going on, mama?
How you doing, Monroe? Everything is all good, all good. Definitely been waiting on this moment. We finally have it, and we're just ready to roll. I was so glad that it was a mutual thing when we met. I mean, we hit it off. Just hit it off. Just started talking, and you came up with this marvelous idea of love in the zone. And when we're going to talk about love in the zone, it's going to be intellectual. It's going to be sexual. It's going to be different things of what people can do, what they can do, what they can take, and what you can't take. So just be ready for us to bring it to you. It may be raw. It's going to be real. But just be ready because we're going to hit on a lot of different things. And I'm so glad I met you, Monroe, and I thank you for this opportunity.
Well, I had the opportunity to meet you as well as meet your husband because people automatically think when you meet somebody of your caliber, then you gotta be screwing them to do business. And that's not necessarily true because all we want to do is just blow the brand up and get the money. And if that's the
Right.
case, then so be it. So and I'm gonna tell y'all right now before we get started that I'm gonna monitor my comments. I'm gonna monitor my comments, and if you can't sit here and just be respectful, you won't sit here very long. Your opinions are value before you start bashing me, because I'm not an expert in love. I'm probably the worst person in the world you could talk to about love. I'm probably the worst person. But at the end of the day, I have an opinion. In my opinion,
That's right.
if it does not matter to you, it matters to me. And that's the way that
Mhm.
I operate. So, how long have you been a model? How did you even get into the game?
Well, it's now it's been about 6 years. It was all about me wanting to see a different side of me. Um, I would look at other women, other things, and I was like, I could see myself doing this. And I started, I just said, let me go. And got with a photographer of mine, and we just started shooting. And I felt so good about myself, me, my body, who I am. And that's how a woman should be. They look at beauty and they look at everybody on the outside. Yes, we're beautiful. Yes, we may have a body. We may have it all. It's the inside beauty that definitely counts. It definitely counts. So doing this modeling thing, I love it. I love who I am, and I'm going to continue. I also want to be this model that have other models underneath me, and that opportunity all comes from you, Monroe. All going from a name to a brand, and that's what you taught me.
I tell you what, and you're not just a model, you're a wife, you're a mom. Um, you wear a lot of different hats. You wear a lot of
Yes.
different hats. So how do you juggle all of this stuff?
Well, sometimes it gets hard. I'm a wife every day, a mother every day, student. I have 3 different degrees: criminal justice, science of psychology, 2 in science of psychology. So it can get hectic, because you have to do home. The work is never done. My kids are older, so I talk to them every day, but I still monitor them every day. I'm also a grandmother of 5, believe it or not. And I have those kids, so it's a lot. I have to juggle, but I make everything work and I make myself have time for them. It may not be all in one day, it may not be the next day, but in that week, I'm reaching out to them. And I'm a student every day until I'm done again.
So you're a mom, a grandmother, a wife, a student, and then people can't understand why me and you kind of clicked because I wear 40 different hats every day. You wear 40 different hats, and we kind of just it's the same thing. So I think
Yes.
the people showed up. Got a lot of love for all of them. I see both my co-hosts here got love for Donovan and Dimitri, as well as everybody that's tuning in, as well as everybody that's tuning in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn this system real quick. So whenever you
Yes.
talking, I'm gonna mute my microphone. Whenever I'm talking, I'm gonna mute your microphone for you. So that way
Okay.
we can kill the feedback. So I think the people they came to hear us, and like Jay-Z would tell Beyonce, talk that shit, man. They came to hear the real. And if that ain't what you want to hear, then this ain't what you need to be sitting here listening to.
Hmm.
When we thought about different concepts, I mean, when people see your body, they automatically think we're going to talk about sex. That's not true. Because just because a woman looks a certain way doesn't mean the conversation needs to always be about sex. That's not going to happen. So when we thought about juggling different ideas, we both came up, you came up with the idea, and I'm like, okay, I like it. Why do black women sometimes hate on successful black women? Now, I say that because when I look at Kamala, I'm not a fan of Kamala's, but she is, if she identifies as black, so be it. That's what everybody's saying. But yet she receives a lot of hate from African American women. So the only way I
Hmm.
thought we could have this conversation is with an African American woman. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is,
Exactly.
why is it, and in your own words, your own opinion, because I have my own opinion, what is it? Why do black women tend to hate on successful black women?
Monroe, I think these women, it's about fear. I don't know why it's like that. And they fear what they might, Like we coming to take something from them. We're not coming to take anything from them. It's oh, she looks like this. It's an intimidation, and being out there amongst other women, you get the looks, you oh my God, and you could be beautiful. Look at her body, she's nothing but, a whore, bitch, stuff like that. And have no idea what the woman real background is. And I think they judge us a lot from the way we dress sometimes. And being in the 40 plus, I'm not gonna stop, you know, doing the do the grandma thing and all that. I personally, I'm gonna dress the way I feel. And I'm gonna dress, sexy at times. And I'm gonna dress when I know that I have a job or somebody to go talk to in psychology or something like that. But I'm gonna dress and I'm gonna be me. And if I want to just go ahead and show my shape every day, I will. But it's just bad that women fear that. Like we coming to take something from them. We not. We not. We just out there being us and doing what we have to do to make it. That is our beauty, and we want to, just put it out there and just let everybody see it. But it's not there to be hate. You know, the intelligence of a black woman. That's bad because it's like we're not supposed to have it, or that look. She's nothing. She's nothing. She's a street woman and all. And yet this woman, have degrees. She's high in different places and nobody knows because they judge her from a weekend look. And it's tough, but I roll with it every day, and I'm not gonna let the world change me at all. I will be me if they like it or not. That's just me, Monroe. Period.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna jump in here because we got some comments, and I think I'm gonna bring that funk. I'm bringing that heat right now. Demetra asks, hold on a second. Demetra asks, how are black women hating on Kamala? Whether we want to accept it or not, there are black women walking the face of the earth right now that cannot stand Kamala Harris because she identifies as being black. There are black women walking the face of the earth right now that hate Kamala Harris because she's a very educated black woman. There are black women out there that's walking the face of the earth that hate Kamala because of the way that she dresses. There are people out there that exist that just hate because we are who we are. And in my case, I had to scale back from a male perspective some days. I couldn't dress like I wanted to dress. I couldn't drive the car I wanted to drive. I couldn't have the money I needed to have because as soon as I would show it a little bit, people started hating on me. My ex-wife, I used to tell her, I say, look, you don't even understand the hate that's going to come when you put it all together. Once you put it all together, then it becomes a problem for some people. And the problem with us is we don't want to acknowledge the problems. Now, I know for a fact that some black women hate beautiful looking black women because you know why? Your ass sits in the house and you eat up motherfucking bundt cakes all day. You eat 40 pieces of fucking chicken all day long and your ass look like a swole up fucking balloon, and then you get mad because somebody else look good. If you want to be successful, then do what you need to do. If you have a problem with the way people look, the way they act, the way they present themselves, their level of education, then step your fucking game up. That's what you need to do. See, I can speak from a male perspective because I'm going to give it to you raw. You think every man out here, a lot of people think every man is attracted to big breasts and a big ass. Some men are attracted to intelligence. Some men are attracted to intelligence. So the thing is there is hate that's there. And I don't understand it some days because every woman's not built the same. Look, man, when I started the game, Paradise, when I started doing rap music, my name was EBWD, every big woman's dream. All I was checking for was big girls. because they wasn't in season. And guess what? I had all the pretty big ones because I knew one thing. If she was a big girl and she could put it together, she spent a whole lot of money to get it done. Because big girl clothes they not inexpensive. You see what I'm saying? So nobody's angry. Sit back and listen, bro. My anger comes from the fact that every time we have a conversation, we need to come together. But we find every reason in the world not to. And for the sisters, let the sisters speak on it. We know the hate is there. We don't want to acknowledge it. We want to act like it's not real. Yes, it is real. It's real all day long. I see, especially, I'm an old script club veteran. I'm an old script club veteran. You say you going to the script club, they automatically think every woman in the strip club is fucking for money. Some of them girls in there just go in there and work and make money to put themselves through school. So when they did the Players Club, that was a true adaptation. With Diamond, she was just trying to put herself through school. But the perception was, oh no, she's a hoe. Oh, everybody ain't a hoe. See, all of a sudden women become hoes because you can't wear what they wear. Women become hoes because they can wear a thong and your fat ass can't, or your little ass ain't got enough ass to hold that thong up. They become hoes and bitches and all that. For what reason? What reason? So if I'm wrong, because I'm a man and I can be wrong on this subject, then tell me I can be wrong. You don't know me, Keela. I'm gonna read your comment for you. I'm gonna put a comment up. I can't really get into this because you came off as an angry black man. Well, get the fuck on. There it is. The one thing you ain't finna get from me is no sugarcoating. It ain't finna happen tonight. I'm gonna give you the real whether you like it or not. That ex-wife of mine, God bless her, but she was blessed. 48 years old with the body of a 22-year-old. I know the hate that she got. For what reason? And it got so bad to where I had to check some motherfuckers for real. I had to really check some folk, man. Pull up at the club with that thing, man. Hold on, you ain't finna do this. For what reason? Just because she dressed a certain way? So don't tell me that the hate don't exist, because it actually does. So my sister, you being a model, being a wife, see that would mess people up when you're a model but you still a wife. Why is it that people would hate somebody like you? You got 3 different degrees. You take care of your house. See, black woman, right? You intellectual black woman, right? So let me ask you some questions if you want to answer. You don't have to answer it. Don't you own your own land? Don't you own the building that sit on your land? You not paying no mortgage note, am I correct? Three degrees. You took care of your kids. You take care of your grandkids. So where would the hate come from? Do you incur that type of hate? Turn your mic on. There you go.
Gotcha. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't do a mortgage. I don't have anything. Everything I have, I own. You know, before modeling, being a wife, having a husband, everything, kids, grandchildren. I'm doing that. I'm not, and anything happen to me, my children have place. So if some of these women want to be just out there, not trying to do this, you can. You don't have to look at me and hate me. Another thing, Monroe, that really gets to me when I listen to your other show with the War Zone with Demetria. Demetria and Donovan, they speak well. You see, when black people or black women or whomever, when we speak well, what's the first thing they tell us? We trying to be white. And it's not about being white or anything. It's school. You know, it's English. It's everything that we took to talk this way. Of course, we know how to get in a situation and how to get out. We know when to talk up and when to talk down. But I just hate the fact that people who speak very well gets the flack of we just trying to be white. Do you want to comment on that?
I'm gonna answer Demetria's question. She say, "What were they doing to your ex?" Well, one, they decided they would drag her for no apparent reason, and they did it on social media for no apparent reason. Because the one thing I knew that if I stepped out the house, because I love sweats, 24/7, 365 days a year, I like wearing sweats and my tennis shoes and doing whatever. But if she had to go to a function for her business, she was gonna look top of the line. If she stepped out the house, she was gonna look top of the line. She was a poor girl that came from nothing. Then all of a sudden, it looked like she hit the lotto. And because these motherfuckers wasn't checking for me because they thought I was broke, when they figured out I wasn't, they started hating on her. So the real is the real, man. And some of y'all, you know it's the truth. You ain't gonna admit it. You, as a black woman sitting on this show tonight, you have been hated on for some reason that didn't make no damn sense. It didn't make no sense. And the question is why? I feel that a lot of people are intimidated by intelligence. They are intimidated by intelligence. And I also feel that, some people, I'm guilty of not taking care of myself some days because I end up sick and all that. And all you good people stay on me all the time. And I really appreciate it. You feel what I'm saying? It keeps me grounded. And the thing is, hold on, because some of y'all finna go. It keeps me grounded. I'm just deleting people as we go. So it is what it is. If you do not look the way that you want to look, either if you're too small, put some pounds on. If you need to go do lipo or whatever you need to do to make yourself feel like you need to feel, then so be it. You right on one thing, Demetri. She was a lioness because she was a Yates lion. And our family, we're not supposed to do that. So I wasn't putting up with that from nobody. From nobody. It wasn't gonna happen. So the thing is if you don't look the way that you look, that you want the way that you want to look, do something about it. If you ain't wearing the type of clothes that you need to wear, do something about it. But you can't get mad because other people are doing things. Me and Rodney talked about this a little bit on the show this morning. And Rodney's interpretation of it, this came from Rodney. He say, motherfuckers are upset because they ain't who you are. They ain't where you at. This came from my co-host. You can call in and ask Uncle Rodney at 8:30 every morning. He's the smartest man in the world, that's what he said. But his opinion is some people are upset because they are just not where you want to be or where you are. And we know the hate is real. Models get hated on every day. I heard people hating on Tyra Banks. Why? She a tall girl, she's skinny. She was what she was. Lisa Ray, after the Players Club movie. You see what I'm saying? The Players Club movie. Mama was hating on her just because she looked good. You see what I'm saying? But when you can sit down and have a conversation with these ladies, then you might get a different interpretation. Now, y'all all out there, nobody knew I understood politics the way that I understood it. Nobody understood that I knew education the way that I understood it because I only let you see what you need to see. You see what I'm saying? These shows have exposed the fact that I am not a dumb individual. I can stand in a room with the suit and ties and go blow for blow. But people right now in the activism world, they hate me for what reason? All I'm doing is helping people. So why would you hate me? So I can only imagine what it's like on the woman's side. You see what I'm saying? But if we don't want to be honest, then it is what it is. We say we uplift the sisters. A lot of people say the brothers need to uplift the sisters. But on the cool, is the sisters really uplifting the sisters? Or they just hating on them on the slip? This ain't about no one individual. This is about people. This is about people. So when we say love in the zone, how can we uplift some people if we don't really have love for them to even try to help them? If you know your friend is a big girl and she got health issues, would it be wise for you, who looks perfectly beautiful, built the way that some people say you should be, which I don't agree with? I think everybody should be built differently. Why don't you help your friend lose a few pounds? If she doesn't know how to do her makeup, instead of laughing at her, why don't you help her do her makeup? Help her do a makeover. You see what I'm saying? Give me your opinion.
Well, I definitely like what you said. You don't find many women that helps fix another woman's crown, and that we definitely should do. I am one. I can see a woman and if she's beautiful, I'd be like, oh my God, she is beautiful and have a very beautiful body. Oh, she fine. But you don't get that. You don't get that a lot where another woman is gonna say that. Because most of the time, like you said, they hating on her because she's beautiful, because she went out there and she got that body. But the way I look at it, Monroe, is people are gonna talk anyway. They're gonna talk anyway. And I know I'm gonna do what it do to keep me the way I am and going. And I uplift my friends, all the time. We talk, and it's good to have someone to go to. Friends. I mean, nothing is wrong with fixing their crowns. Nothing. It's just crazy that it's easier for someone to be negative than to say a positive comment to a woman or to anybody. It's just so much. It's jealousy and intimidation, just like you said. Both of those together.
You know,
But
Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad, the regional student minister of the Nation of Islam in Houston, he taught me how to tell my brothers when I talk to them, man, I love you. That was something I never really thought about. So whenever we talk, me and him on the phone, we always in that conversation, man, I love you, bro. He taught me that it was okay to be a man and be sensitive and cry. He said, because some days you got to get it out get it out of you. You're not a punk because you do that. And this is a dude right now. I mean, I call him a dude. And he don't never tell me no different. We like, you just you, bro, Jerry. He just tell me you just you. He said, I've never met one realer than you. So, I will tell my brothers in a heartbeat, man, I love you. I will give a person the shirt off my back and try to help as much as I can help, to help them get to where they want to go. If they don't know how to write a business plan, let's sit down. Let's figure it out. I've written business plans for people, just to help them out. But, in order for us to repair ourselves as a people, we're going to have to get to some common ground. And we're going to have to understand that everybody's not on the same intelligence level. Everybody's not on the same level of how we look or what we wear or whatever. That don't mean you're not a king and a queen. And I just feel the queens need to do a better job at uplifting each other than just sitting there hating on one another. Now I can see why they hate on you. Because I'm finna talk that shit, man. I can see why they hate on you. You ain't walking around this motherfucker built like Betty Rubber. You ain't walking around here built like Betty Rubble. Whatever you do to keep yourself the way that you need to keep yourself, that's what you do. You see what I'm saying? You could have a husband that tell you, no, you ain't finna be wearing all that. You ain't finna be shooting these photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? But when you got somebody supportive behind you, then it pushes you further along. It gives you that motivation. See, we need to be motivating each other instead of tearing each other down. I know people don't like my delivery. I know they don't like how I do it, but I get the results. But you know what? I get tore down more some days than I just get a thank you. And the days that I do get the thank you, especially from the special ed kids that'll give me a hug and, man, thank you, Mr. Monroe, that means more of anything than what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So I say this to say this. Don't matter who, don't hate on Lisa Ray. Get like her. Figure out how much money she got, how she got it. Figure out how she keep herself in order. As you know, as we get older, we can't do things with our body like lose weight and different things. It don't come off like that as you get older. Figure out what she doing. You see what I'm saying? Like I tell anybody, one of the finest individuals I have ever laid eyes on was the brat. Because I saw her when she wasn't in the bag of jeans. That's a grown woman, man. That's a grown ass woman, man. And you can't step to her any kind of way. You feel what I'm saying? Now she might be gay, but that's cool. You know, maybe we can bring you back around here or something, do something to help you get back on this side. But minus the baggy jeans and the big coats that she wear, she'll make some of y'all shut it down, bro. She'll make some of y'all shut it down. So the question is what are they doing? If we could talk about group economics and what we need to do as a people to get our money right, we need to talk about what we need to do to get our minds right. See, because ain't nothing going to work until we get our minds right. You know what I'm saying? I see Michelle Henderson just popped on. You don't know Michelle, went to school with her, love her to death. Ever I get sick, she's one of the first ones to call. And I'm telling you, Michelle, I'm running for school board, so I'm going to need that $100 donation like you gave me last time. But you know what? Michelle Henderson has always had a hair. You could never catch her with her hair undone. This from all the way from high school. Her hair was, she played basketball. And I don't know how she kept that shit up the way it was, but her hair would never, she was flawless. So if you catch her now when she ain't working, she's flawless. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is we need to spend more time getting our mind right on every level. You see what I'm saying? Even if a motherfucker don't like Kamala, what happens if you get to sit in the room with her? Can you really hold that conversation? Can you hold that intellectual conversation? I know if you put me in a room with whoever, I can handle that. And I tell people don't get it twisted. When I put the suit and the tie on, I ain't nothing but a big ass fashion model. That's it. And I'm gonna kill the game. I'm gonna kill the game. And Carla said, if you haven't noticed, people are laying on tables to get these bodies, so it's not hard. That's the truth. That's a true statement. That's a true statement. Now, when I used to go to strip club, they had this one girl. She was so bad. Paradise. She was, but she was manufactured. Her breast, her butt, manufactured. I mean, ooh, and I wouldn't give her $1. She couldn't get $1 for me because I don't like manufactured. And can I be real with you? Can I be real with all of y'all? Some days I like my titties hanging. Ain't nothing wrong with that little gut hanging over your motherfucking belt some days. This shit kind of cute to me. Ain't nothing wrong when you walk around, you got some dimples in your ass all over your ass. You a grown ass woman. Shit, it's what it is, man. Maybe that's not what I'm looking for. You feel what I'm saying? But I will say this here. As many of them laying on the table to get the bodies, it's a bunch of them that ain't. It's a bunch of them riding bicycles every day. It's a bunch of them in the gym every day. And they take care of themselves. Now, I could show y'all pictures. I don't even like to pull them out. When your boy lost 100 pounds. One time I lost 150. I did this twice, but I didn't feel comfortable. I was always a big dude. So I'm like, man, I'm going to just be me. They're going to either love me or leave me. And that's all it boils down to. But everybody is not manufactured. So I'm going to ask you the $1 million question. Are you manufactured? Or are you all natural?
Well, one thing about me, Monroe, I'm all natural, all inherited. So it's nothing, it's all mine. I work hard to keep it that way. Yes, I have thought plenty of times, and I still say, well, Lord, I think I need some lipo here. I need some lipo there. But right now, it's just all natural. It's me, small waist, breasts, big booty.
Well,
That's
let me
just
say
me.
this here for all of them out there that looking at your boy, man, looking at the 5-star general. If you don't want a foul mouth, cigarette smoking, beer drinking, calorie eating motherfucker, don't come my way. Cause that's who the hell I am, man. And I'm not changing for nobody, but you got the flow. Keep going. You're doing good.
No, that's what I love about you. The realness. And when we talk, I just know it was gonna click. I was like, he is so real. He's gonna tell it just like it is. He don't give a damn. You gonna get it straight or you're not gonna get it at all. That's just human, bro. And just like the lady came in, she heard you, didn't really know anything, but then what did she say? You came off as an angry black man. She judged you right away and didn't even know anything else about you. So that's what we were talking about, of not knowing nothing about a person, but yet you judge them and you're giving them a name and you have no clue who they are. That's aggravating.
Well, it's
It is.
aggravating, but it's kind of funny to me because I had a lawyer ask me in a school system one time. He said, man, and at that time I wasn't going to school. He said, man, did you major in law? Because I would beat their lawyers up when I would go through grievance hearings. I would always beat their lawyers up. And he's like, man, did you major in law? I say, no. And it was three of them sitting there, and he say, what do you do for a living? I say, well, that don't really matter because I was doing advocacy. I say, but I can tell you this. All three of your salaries combined, I make more than all of y'all. I make more than all of y'all. So don't gauge me by what you see initially. No, I'm not an angry black man. I tell that to anybody. I'm very, very passionate. It's totally different. I believe in what I believe in. And I love seeing my people outshine everybody. I love seeing my people outshine everybody. But the thing is, like when I looked at some of your pictures and we had to go back and forth, because there was some pictures that you was like, go on and put them out. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna put that one out. They ain't ready for that. I ain't gonna do that. So I really had to look at some pictures like the one that's behind me. I mean, unless you know her, what could you say? The same thing. I know several models, and a lot of models. One lady, she's a model, but she's the classic type model, the slim type model. And I mean, people just hate on her for what reason? But they don't have a clue that she got an MBA. I mean, she got her business in order. But we too busy trying to put people in categories and stuff like that. It is what it is. And the thing is to some of y'all, and I'm gonna put your comment up, Carlos. That's not judging. She asked the question. No, yeah, actually, it is judging. Actually, it is judging. You ain't been on the program 5 minutes. You ain't even looked at none of my prior videos to even know who I was. So automatically, you deemed me a angry black man. That's what I'm talking about on the women's side. We start gauging people and tearing each other down for what reason? I tell you what, anybody that wants to have a conversation with me, let's have one. Matter of fact, go tell your sons and your daughters that like to do music, you know, a 52-year-old man that'll bust their ass if I pull his microphone out. And matter of fact, I walk around with my mic attached to my wrist every single day because I'm that goddamn cold. So don't gauge me by what you see. And don't, as women, I think we got to stop that. I think we got to stop that because I knew a girl, and this is a true story, y'all. Didn't really know her. I knew her through a friend. And she had low self-esteem. And this was maybe 7 years ago. And her friend kept saying, I need you to talk to her. I said, well, okay, tell her we're going to talk Saturday. The friend called me the Friday. You're not going to be able to talk to her, Monroe. I say, why? She cut her throat last night. What? She said, Monroe, she was so depressed about how she looked and how bad people were talking about her that she killed herself. And I felt bad because my schedule was so tight. She had been trying to get me to her for like 3 weeks. And the day I decided we were going to do it, the night before, she killed herself. And that's something that our young kids go through in school when people started bullying them, you know, and different things like that. And that's why I tell people, don't do that to kids because you don't know where their mind frame's at. And that young lady, till this day, that bothers me that I didn't get an opportunity to talk to her because she was a big girl. And I love talking to big people because I'm gonna make you get your mind right. I'm gonna make you get your mind right. Ain't nothing wrong with being a big person. You know, people ask me all the time, man, you a big dude. You know, do you have high blood pressure? Nope. Do you got hypertension? Nope. You got diabetes? Nope. I stay active. As much as I run around, I stay active. So I think we have to really look at ourselves. And I ain't got time to be tearing folks down. I ain't got time for it. But you know, I will speak the truth on some issues. So if you're not where you want to be monetarily, go hang out with some millionaires. If you don't like the way you dress and you ain't got a lot of money, go to the store and put it together, bro. Make it do what it need to do. But the sisters need to be what it need to be. I mean, Latasha Williams, she has a comment. I don't know if you can see them, but she say, you can say what you want, but guess you don't understand neither. I'm street, so I understand it, and I understand what the general was saying. It comes from a woman. It comes from a woman because it's there. It happens every single day. And the thing is, if it's not happening to you and you have an opinion, oh, it's not like that. Well, you really can't say that because you're not dealing with it. That's like a married person taking advice from a single person. How you gonna give somebody some fucking advice and you ain't never been through what they've been through? So, you know, I know it's tough being a model because I mean this is what it is. And I mean in that business, like entertainment, it's hell being an entertainment. You know, and some days I hated it because you know I was getting hated on by people on my own record label. Why? Because I go in there and put the work in. When y'all want to go smoke weed and do whatever you do, I'm in that lab, man. And I've been told by people that actually work with the dude, they say, man, you got the same work ethic as Tupac. You put me in the studio and lock the door, come back 2 days later, I guarantee you I got about 16 hits on because I'm being there working. So the same thing, if you're going to go to the gym, don't just go there and that motherfucker that look good. You got your little stretch pants on and you ain't wearing no panties, your little camel toe showing. Take your ass and then go hit that motherfucking treadmill. That's what you need to do. If you're going to do it, do it. Stop playing with it. So it's the same way with building a brand for me. I'm going to touch everything I can touch and I'm going to put my all into everything. And I'm not finna fail because as long as I'm dealing with me, I'm not going to fail me. And I think we need to help each other get our minds right. That's what we need to do. How can we, you know, you have a major in psychology, am I correct? Okay.
I,
So
I do.
from a psychological standpoint, using that major right now, what would you tell some women that's going through these types of things? Now, if you're not going through them, cool, so be it. But what would you tell some women that feel like I can relate to this conversation because I actually deal with it?
I would definitely just tell them you can't worry about what nobody say about you. You just have to be you. Keep your head up. Always keep your crown. If it's tilted, fix your crown. Because you're gonna go through this every single day of your life of somebody hating or somebody just giving you a bad name and have no idea who you are. No idea. So my thing is you always fix your crown. Even when it comes to the next woman, fix hers. Be positive to the next woman. Help her out. If she's lacking in some situation, build it up. Help her. If some of your friends' self-esteem low, talk to them. Help them. Depression is real. It is very real. I have a son that dealt with depression, and I know it's real, and he's doing so good because it's now just positive things that we talk about, and I talk to him daily. So you other women, you beautiful women out there, beautiful bodies, you can't worry about what nobody say. And to the women that's looking and hating, that could be you. You just got to go out there and do what it takes to make yourself look that way or the way you want to look. Because actually, you don't want to really look like nobody else. You want to be yourself. Mold you. Monroe, that's basically my thing to them. It's all about positiveness, keeping that, lifting themselves and lifting that next woman or whoever. Because when we say loving is on, that's what we want to do. We want to keep the love there.
So love yourself first. Basically, what you're saying. Love yourself first before you can even think about loving somebody else. I had to accept the fact that I was going to be a big boy, but I knew one thing: I wasn't scared to talk to no little woman. It wasn't going to happen. So, till this date, I mean, some people just don't like me for whatever the reason. But does that stop me from accomplishing my goals? No, it does not stop me. The same way I talk to brothers and sisters that come out of jail and feel like, man, it's finna be tough. It's gonna be tough if you decide not to make yourself a millionaire. Ain't no felony can stop you from being who you need to be. It's up to you what you end up being. And Demetrius said, it ain't what you call, it's what you answer to. Well, like I tell them all the time, and especially back in my heyday, man, they used to call me all kind of little fat mother. And you know what I used to tell them? Just put rich in the front of it. You only wish you could live the way that I lived. And that's why people ask me, they say, when you die, how your funeral gonna be? I say, I only really want one song played at my funeral. Well, what's that? Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. And I wouldn't change a damn thing about how I did it, how I lived it, none of that. Because for every mistake I made, it made me a stronger person. For every mistake I made, I can take that mistake and I can try to turn that thing around. Now, I don't get the shit right every day. When it comes to love, I'm probably piss poor. I'm like I said in the beginning. I'm probably piss poor across the board. But at the end of the day, you get what you give out. You get the same energy some days that you give out. So it is what it is. So some people, let me read this comment. Some people, they have their way of thinking. But I tell you what, if you're a big girl on this program, Big Daddy got love for you. Big Daddy got love for you. I know one thing: if you're a big girl and you put it together, them little motherfuckers can't handle you. If you're a big girl, I know I ain't gonna never go hungry because you're gonna cook every motherfucking day. I know that for a fact. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I love people, and I love to see when we get along and we're accomplishing the goals. Now, it's a good startup conversation for us, and we're gonna come on Mondays and Wednesdays. We thought about Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but we just gonna ride. We're gonna rock Mondays and Wednesdays. Now, I want to talk about a subject Wednesday night that as me and you have talked, and because some people here gonna have some ideologies on it and they ain't never been through it. You don't mind, huh? I'm gonna surprise you right now, right? And ask you a simple question: have you ever dated a white man? Hold on, I can't hear you. There you go.
Oh yes.
Oh, so
Oh
so
yes.
Wednesday, do you mind if we talk about why do sisters end up dating white guys?
I am so ready for it. Ready. You got this.
Now,
And
here's
I
the
have so
thing.
much.
Now. Here's the thing. Neither one of us are experts in what we're talking about, and I'm an
Correct.
expert in everything I talk about. I tell that to people because as long as I live this life, I'm an expert in it. But I tell you what, if you've never dated a white guy or you've never had an interracial relationship, Wednesday night we gonna shock you. So we got somebody around here that dated a white guy and she black. I wonder why. So we'll be streaming from Facebook to YouTube. It is what it is. And I'm gonna tell you something. For all the little sucker comments that's being made, a motherfucker don't need to date some of you black folk any motherfucking way. Cause you fucked up. And that's what it is, man. So if you're doing interracial, God bless you. It's what it is. As long as if you ain't got a problem with two men sleeping together, then why would you have a problem with a black woman sleeping with a white man? If we can accept the gay and lesbian community, which is not a problem for me, then interracial relationships is what it is. But here's the thing. I think you'd be an expert on that because you've done it. What you think?
Yeah. And what I'm really going to talk about when we do that subject is because I had that feeling. And it's going to be, why can a black woman submit faster to that white man than that black?
Girl, you finna burn some people up with that shit. You
Oh, I
finna
know
make
I
some
will.
folks mad, man. You finna make some people mad. But get what? That's what we in the business of doing. That's what we in the business of doing. Because if you don't want it real, don't show up. Because you're going to get it real. Like Frederica Sam Austin says, she been there, done that. So why would the sisters go over to the white guys? It's got to be a reason as to why. Since all us black men are so this and that. And I'm gonna put your comment up, Demetri. She said, cool on the pink weenie. I ain't finna speak on no white boy dick. I ain't finna speak on the dick. But sometimes maybe they know how to treat the sisters better than these Negroes do. Why don't we say it like that? We
Speak
round
on
here,
it.
people talking about Kamala. Okay, she got a white man. What's the problem? Why she went that route? It's something else. It's something else. I ain't talking about Hispanics. I'm talking about white men. I ain't talking about sisters dating Hispanics, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But the elephant in the room some days is why do they date white men. So if you cool with it, we can talk about it. All right? And I'm gonna tell you, thank you for taking time out to talk to me at that march. Thank you for the thought-provoking conversation. Even though you ran up out of there when them shots was fired, I couldn't find her. She got up out of there. You feel what I'm saying? But that probably was the smartest thing to do because I wasn't gonna run. But I mean, thank you for the thought-provoking conversation. I think we're gonna start. We're gonna start it off this way. People got to know you, you know, and we're gonna get into some really hot topics every Monday and Wednesday. We're gonna say what we need to say, and that's what it is. And you can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and we'll be streaming to Instagram by Wednesday. We'll be streaming to Instagram by Wednesday. So, it is what it is. I got love for all of y'all, no matter, if you're black or white, no matter if you're big or small. It's what it is, man. I got love for all of y'all, even the headaches, the ones that get on my nerve on the shows some days. Angela Thompson, I make her call me Big Daddy. She just works my nerves some days, but without her watching the show, then we couldn't do the things that we do. And it is what it is. I mean, my good friend China Minix is here, and China is a shapely woman. And I mean, to the point that if you go to China's page, you can't even find a full body shot of her. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Let's get that straight. She's a grown ass woman, but she can't put that up there for them people, man. They'll start hating on her. They'll start hating on her for no reason. Nice looking lady, beautiful personality. Tia Queen Diva, that's my girl. Help me with the with helping the community all the time. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Um, Everybody's different, mind frames, body wise, but can we all just get on the same page? Can we all just get on the same page? So Wednesday night, we going in. We going in Wednesday night. And we ain't gonna hold nothing back. So y'all that were here that enjoy this, say this gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. Because we're not gonna fail at what we do. Ain't no failure involved in it. And any one of y'all out there that have an idea for a show, man, holler at your boy. If it makes sense, let's make it happen. Let's stop talking about it. Let's make it happen. But the ultimate goal on every single show that we do is to get these things monetized. Ain't no sense of doing all this stuff for free. We gotta make money. We're in the middle of a pandemic. So what's your final thoughts, Miss Paradise?
Well, again, Manuel, I definitely thank you. I'm so glad we met. We wouldn't be right here if we didn't brainstorm and come together with this idea. I love it. From here, we going up, like you say, it's no failing because we're gonna bring it, and we're gonna talk about everything that we need to talk about. Again, we are taking topics, from the the lookers, the onlookers, and everybody. So y'all topics count, your opinions count. We like it, fine. We don't, we're gonna say still fine. you know when it comes to my modeling, thank you to Fearless Courage Magazine, Edward with TDM. um Women, stay positive, lift that sister up. If that crown is tilted, fix it. And that goes for anybody. Live a positive life, give a positive word, a good morning, or how you doing. It helps. So, like Monroe said, Wednesday is going to be on fire because I'm ready for that. I am very ready. And Monroe, again, thank you for the opportunity. And I'm just ready to set that fire into. I am.
My final thoughts are simple. God didn't make us all the same. He didn't make all our minds the same. He made us all different. That's why I cut up the way I cut up. Y'all know how I get on. I don't be can, man. I've been the nice guy. I've been the intellectual guy. I've been the smart dude in the room. But I will leave you with this. Whenever you think that you the biggest fish in the pond, and you better than everybody else, you might need to find you another pond. One hour on the dot. The first show. Wednesday night. Black women, white men. Why you losing your queens to the other side? Thank my co-host Paradise the Model. You know me, I'm 5-star. Until Wednesday, we'll holler at you.